50 hours inside of Pocket Anime. And with that, I want to give you guys my first week of the phase test review. Now, a lot of you guys are 50-50 about Pocket Anime. And what I mean by 50-50 is you have to side with the people that have genuinely enjoyed the first week of phase testing, whether they ended up paying or they got in through the various giveaways. I know I've done a whole bunch of giveaways. I'm pretty sure I've given away at least 20 to 30 slots over this past week, and in today's stream I'm going to be giving away more. So I mean, there's that. And then the other half of the community just don't like the game because they feel like they don't want to, or feel like it's not worth paying for phase test 2. And honestly, as I've been saying since the beginning of time, if you don't have the money, do not pay for phase test 2. Nobody is forcing you to buy the game. Nobody wants to make you buy the game. If you genuinely don't have the money, or you don't feel like the money is worth it, or you feel like you could use the money on something better, then do that. I don't know why you guys keep making a big deal out of this. However, I've seen a lot, and I mean a lot, of the Pocket Anime critique. I mean, you had Balboa running around the starter area with a level 5 Sasuke for 10 minutes talking about absolutely nothing, saying things like they've barely added any content since phase test 1. You haven't even played the game. Where is this actually coming from? I have 27 hours on my second slot, and I am not even done with the storyline on it, but I digress. Pocket Anime phase test 2 has been amazing so far, genuinely. When we initially hopped in, they had reset everybody's slots because of the new features and gameplay stuff that they added to the game, and they wanted everyone to play the game from a fresh point so you could get the full experience. And I, and along with a lot of other people, decided they wanted to shiny hunt. Now, I gave up after 12 hours, but a lot of people were adamant that they wanted to shiny hunt. Now, what a lot of people don't know is shiny hunting your starter Animon is completely pointless. It's really just for the flex. It's cosmetic. Shiny Animons that you get from the starter briefcase don't have any boosted SV stats. So essentially you're just spinning for the sake of flexing. However, shinies that you do encounter in the wild do have boosted SV slots. So encountering your Animon in the wild is definitely the way to go if you're that lucky. I know me, having Shiny Hunter, I've encountered in my entire playthrough of 50 hours, one Shiny Animon in the wild, and it's a mid-unit like Teen Wolfman. However, I do know a fellow community member, Mythic, aka Mystic, has 5 Shiny Animon and has no Shiny Catcher or Shiny Hunter Game Pass. So honestly, at this point, RNG is just gonna do what RNG does. And I actually have given up hope of running into any shiny Animons that I would want in my squad. The week has been eventful, playing through the story, getting to fight the starter rival again, progressing through the story, and there's so much that's happening. You got the goblins, you have the dinosaur, you even have the first gym leader. Now, let's actually talk about the first gym leader, because this is genuinely impressive. Now, the story that actually leads up into you actually going to the capsule office and talking to the gym leader is actually pretty interesting. And you even get to encounter your rival after you defeat the dinosaur with his shiny Vegeta. Honestly, it's really good. I like this. After that, you go speak to the palace leader, and there is a whole cutscene and dialogue that's actually genuinely really interesting. And he is the guy from One Piece. I forgot his name, but you actually enter inside of him, in order to take on the palace challenge. Now, if this is just the first gym leader, I cannot wait to see what the devs cook up with the rest of the gym leaders. At first, you need to go through some sort of palace maze where the trainers actually end up jump scaring you, coming out of the statues and challenging you to battles. You need to push the levers in order to slow down the giant axes so you can finally make your way up to the top of the palace area. Then you're going to be shooting yourself on a cannonball to get inside the actual palace where the gym leader is. And the gym leader battle is crazy. actually genuinely interesting. The gym leader, or should I say some key animon that the gym leader has, is a shiny crocodile that has its hidden ability where physical attacks do not damage crocodile, because obviously he has his Logia fruit. However, if you have the Sea Prism cuffs, you're going to be able to damage him, which I was lucky in getting myself. Slapped them on Goku and I ended up piecing him up. And then the final challenge is the gym leader's final unit that actually transports you into a zone. Now, I really think this is a really good introduction into units in the future that are going to be able to change the battle effect or the battle arena into whatever domain that they may put you inside of, and the domain is most likely going to have an effect that benefits that unit or even units of that typing. In this instance, it is kind of like One Piece, where the castle has cannons and after every turn the cannons shoot your player, and this lasts for 5 turns. As well as that, the actual Animon unit turns into some fortified castle that increases its defense stats and attack stats. But if you have the right Animon, doesn't even matter, you can blitz through this very easily. I actually managed to defeat the gym leader on my 2nd attempt. However, I'm very sure yesterday they ended up nerfing the gym leader just a little bit, so he is a little bit easier because the commoners were actually struggling to defeat the gym leader. Of course they were. Get better at the game. And after the gym leader, you need to defeat your rival, and his team is very stacked. Now, again, the playthrough has been amazing. Pocket Anime is exactly what it was promoted to be and what it's said to be: a creature capturing game. Now, for some reason, I don't know if the Roblox anime community is just slow, or you guys just have the most weird imagination in the world and thought Pocket Anime was going to be GTA 6. No, Pocket Anime is literally just meant to be an anime version of Pokemon. The game does exactly what it's meant to do and actually does it better than all the creature capture games on the Roblox platform. And in my opinion, Pocket Anime is most definitely the most high quality Roblox anime game we have gotten since GPO? Early GPO, like 2020. I think it surpasses anything we've got actually. Most of the Roblox anime games we've gotten on the platform have been half-hearted and never even finish updates on time. Pocket Anime has genuinely produced a high quality game through and through. Yes, there are a lot of bugs. Well, I wouldn't say there's a lot, but there have been some bugs that were quite annoying to deal with, especially the capture bug, which still isn't fixed actually. And the game could definitely use some quality of life updates just to make life easier for its players overall, for sure. I need a repel for these caves, bro. I'm tired of running into cave anymore. But overall, the game has been genuinely fun, genuinely enjoyable, and it's quite addictive. I'm even rushing through this video so I can get to play some more Pocket Anime. And that's not it. Phase Test 2 is still continuing. Again, if you guys actually go on the Discord server, they did actually lay out what Phase Test 2 was going to be and then the content that was going to come with it. This Sunday, we're actually starting the 2nd week of Playtest 2's event, which is the Stardust Valley or Fields, whatever it's called. And we're going to definitely get a new area, and there's going to be some sort of event that takes place within this new area as well. A lot of players are hinting that we're going to get to face Cell in this new area. Nothing's been confirmed. However, the trailer did showcase Cell inside of it for Phase Test 2, so I'm assuming we're actually going to be able to take on Cell, which is why everybody's assuming we're going to be able to take on Cell. And as well as that, we did get a little rough introduction to Cell and his moveset through the trainer that has all the Cell Juniors and even has a Cell unit as its last unit. And Cell stats are actually very stacked. I mean, look at this. As well as that, most players are out here trying to shiny hunt, catch Halloween units, and train up their TVs. The events that take place hourly are actually very engaging, very important for gameplay, and some of these events are even required to spawn in certain Animon, or they need to be within that specific condition to spawn in an Animon. The game is definitely not linear, and I love the way different weather effects and events actually affect what Animons appear in what locations in certain areas, and you need to figure out what bushes spawn which animons. There has been detail. There has been a lot attention to detail, which no creature capture game has done on this platform. In my opinion, Pocket Anime is actually way more engaging and way more fun than Pokemon ZA, and this is the most fun I've had playing a Roblox anime game this year. So, when's the last time you've seen me stream 12 hours back to back to back? Since Voxel. Anyways, I digress. With all that being said, I would genuinely give Pocket Anime, from what I've played so far, the Face Test 2 first week, at 8.5 out of 10. There are some things that dragged it down. For some reason, 6 legendary capsules, 4 super capsules, and 11 normal capsules weren't enough to catch a crocodile. What the fuck? That honestly dragged the points down to 2 points. That's disgusting. The capture rates are disgusting. And other than that, other than the terrible capture rates, honestly, I've been enjoying my time completely. And I cannot wait to see what the next 2 weeks of Pocket Anime's Face Test 2 actually entails, as well as the summer of 2026 release. I genuinely think by the time this game releases, oh my gosh, it's going to be completely different to what it is now, and just way better than what it is now. From Face Test 1 to Face Test 2, the game's improved 100 times, 100-fold. So from Face Test 2 to release, I'm expecting at least a 5x. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.